Irresistible was released in 2006 with actors Susan Sarandon, Sam Neill and Emily Blunt and was directed by Anne Turner. The story is about Sophie, who is a book illustrator with 2 young daughters and married to Craig. Sophie suspects that someone may be breaking into her house and hiding certain items like photos, her children's toys and her hibiscus dress. Sophie becomes suspicious of Craig's over-friendly co-worker, Mara. She is also attacked by a swarm of wasps that appear out of an ornament in her studio. Despite all this, Craig is strangely unsupportive.
Cup of tea?
Irresistible is available on DVD released through Palace Films, but Umbrella Entertainment are releasing it on Blu Ray, and they need a then and now featurette on their special features. So who do you think they ask? Film location YouTuber Paul Hagel. That was not me, that was Benedict Cumberbatch. What happened there?
It's uncanny.
Umbrella Entertainment is a DVD distribution company that was formed in 2001. Now from time to time they reach out to me and ask me if my film location videos can be put on their special features of their releases, to which I agree, of course. They're a great company and they have some great titles. Recently they reached out and asked me if I could do a location video on a film I've never seen. The film is Irresistible, and I bought this just so I could watch the film. It was a pretty good movie, I did enjoy it, but most of the main locations I couldn't figure out where they were, or if I had more time I could have worked it out. So I emailed Umbrella back and said to them, can you ask the filmmakers, director, producers if they could give me some addresses of where these places are. They told me that Sophie's house was in Malvern near a hospital. I thought, okay, I can work with that. And Mara's house, they actually gave me the street name of that, so that was great, and Williamstown Cemetery. So I had to figure the rest out myself. At this point, I had like 2 weeks to film it and edit it.
I have 5 days to complete this picture. Don't get goofy on me.
I had 2 days to do it, so the first day was a disaster. It was too sunny, there were shadows everywhere. There were people walking past. It was such a busy street because there was a hospital nearby.
Morning.
Good morning.
Looks like you're doing something interesting.
Yes. Hello. What?
Come on.
We don't have a permit. Run!
And I got a bit stressed, and I must have had a pimple here because I must have scratched it because the footage as the day went on, you could start to see blood dripping down my neck. And so I thought, that's not gonna work. So now you gotta check nostrils, hair, blood. Note to self. Never happened before. So I had 1 more day to do this. So I had to knuckle down, get out there, and just...
All right, let's shoot this fucker.
Great.
Okay, I'm just on Oxford Street, Malvern, and I can see Parkside Street, and that is the street Sophie and Craig's house is on. I found it. Didn't take me long. So, key locations. That's all they want. Let's have a look at this house. This has got to be the most key location of the film. This is Sophie and Craig's house. Guy on the roof. Lots of people. Anyway. Okay, I'll just wait for the person there to reverse park their car. That's okay, I'm on a suburban street, so you got to expect people are gonna be around looking at you. Just got to get the shots. Okay, you're on the gutter, mate. You're on the gutter. Just we'll just wait. So that's the house there, anyway, as you can see. Sophie and Craig's house. There's a lot of scenes that take place in this street. We'll have a look at that, but there's someone trying to park their car. There's someone on the roof of the house. Am I getting that? Oh, anyway, the person's having a bit of trouble reverse parking their car. No, they've given up. They've given up, they're driving off. Okay.
Don't want any more secrets between us.
Susan Sarandon plays Sophie, and she thinks a lot of strange stuff is happening. Photos are disappearing, her dress disappears.
She was wearing a dress just like my missing hibiscus dress.
What else happens? The neighbour thinks that she got out of a car, went into the house.
But I saw you getting out of it. You went into your house.
It's like she's going out of her mind, but someone's messing with her, and that's Mara.
It's happening, isn't it?
Played by Emily Blunt. And this is a nice little street. Susan Sarandon comes out of here, walks across the road here to look at a mysterious car that's parked there. She's not quite sure who owns the car. Here's a scene with Sophie and her father, played by Charles Bud Tingwell.
Oh, that's a nice car. I've been thinking mine is past its use-by date. But then again, so am I.
Dad.
Mommy!
Smile, you're on candid camera.
And the brick wall that's around the house is completely covered in this tree. Most of the action, I think, took place inside there. I think it was definitely filmed inside the backyard and the house. I don't know how that is organised. I don't know how the people who live in the house are contacted, whether they get told what the movie is, who's going to be in it. They probably have to vacate the house. I don't know. Whether the neighbours get told, I don't know. If you know, leave it in the comments. All right, I'm going to get some shots now for Umbrella for Blu Ray. Hopefully the sun doesn't come out. How do I stop this?
Wow, what a great house and so close to the water. How much do you pay your IT person anyway?
So, Mara and Jimmy's house. Got to get some shots of that. And it's behind a brick wall. Can't really see much. That's the balcony where Mara was standing when Sophie and Craig are leaving the party. She's standing in that balcony looking very ominous. That's there. So the house is still there, but I just can't really, I don't know how Umbrella expects me to get a decent shot, because I think somebody's mowing the lawn in the front yard. There's a car coming. I'll do my best. Key locations: Elwood Street, Brighton.
What good taste you have, Sophie, both you and my daughter.
Well, it makes you think, doesn't it? With all the dresses in the shop, it's amazing this sort of thing doesn't happen more often.
Now, during the party scene, Sophie and Mara go for a walk to the beach. Guessing, because the beach is just over that road further down. So I'm going to assume that they shot it there, where Sophie and Mara are sitting on like a grass area, and there's a house in the background. Might just go, just out of interest, I might go and have a look. Let's go. across this road, St Kilda Street. I'm just going to go and have a look. I'm pretty sure they would have filmed just over there. Makes a lot of sense. If I can get across St Kilda Street, that'd be great. All right. Let's go. Whoa! All right. Chatsworth Avenue. No through road because of the beach, I'm guessing. Let's have a look. Yeah. Okay. Here I am. This looks good. I just need to find that white house. There's clearly a white house with a curved end on it and another little end. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh. What's that? Is that it? Looks like it's been demolished. I'm not sure if that's the same house. I'll have to go and find out. People working on it. Okay, I've been up and down here. There's no house that matches the one in the film. But there's this house here. It looks like it's either being demolished or built. There's the same white wall. The grass. I wonder if I could ask them. Just go knock on the door and show him this picture of this shot from the film. I spoke to the man that owns that house, and yes, he said that's the house in the film, so confirmed. You know, sometimes you find a location in a movie and it's being demolished, and you just got to say, well, that's progress. I don't know, is it? So Sophie's following Mara, and she's sort of parked here. This used to be a road, now it's just a walkway. Under a bit of construction at the moment. That always sucks. But so Sophie's looking over there at her husband and Mara, but unless no, it hasn't changed. That's a different location. Not sure where that is. But Sophie is there in front of this building. Then she drives off. Sophie continues to follow Mara to find some evidence to support her suspicion that Mara is behind these strange occurrences. Sophie goes as far as to break into Mara's house, which does not go well. When Sophie is discovered inside Mara and Jimmy's house.
What do you think you're doing? Sophie?
They obviously sue her or call the police. And there's a scene in a courtroom.
I think the facts in this case are fairly clear. I note that neither side disputes that Sophie Hartley was found in the household of Mara Tulfi and Jim Middlebrough.
And it's this courtroom, Heidelberg Law Courts. I can't really take the camera in there. because, what was I talking about? And it's a very busy road.
You are prohibited from traveling within 500 meters of Mara Tufi, her family, her home, or any place where you might reasonably expect to find her.
Sophie suspects Craig may be having an affair with Mara, so despite a restraining order, Sophie continues to follow her all over Melbourne. Okay, going into the Burnley Tunnel, and it's... Oh, I'm in the wrong lane. Oh, she was in a different lane. Where did that lane come from? Now it's merging. Well, I wasn't in the right lane. So Sophie is following Mara to a cemetery, which is what I am told by Umbrella Entertainment, who asked the producers. It's Williamstown Cemetery. So Sophie's following Mara there, but she's going into the Burnley Tunnel, heading east towards the southeastern suburbs. Opposite direction. You can see a sign that says Footscray. And then after the cemetery, she's back on the freeway. And then suddenly she's at Hobson's Bay in Williamstown again. Those two locations, the cemetery and Williamstown, they're like 6 minutes from each other. So I'm not sure why Sophie got on the freeway. Sophie follows Mara to Williamstown Cemetery, which is behind me. It's a pretty big cemetery. Umbrella have not given me any information as to where exactly the grave is that Mara visits in the film. I'm just going to have to walk all over this cemetery and find it myself. I usually look for something unusual in the frame. I don't necessarily look for the grave that Mara is visiting. It might not be a real grave. Sometimes is the case. So I've got a few hours to kill. Let's go. Okay, I just lost the wind protector thing off my microphone, so hope there isn't any wind, and I also hope that sun goes behind that cloud. Don't like the sun. Anyway, Williamstown Cemetery. Quite a busy place today. Walking and walking through a cemetery. Hey! Hey! Yes! So there was a grave made by the filmmakers here, and Emily Blunt is here next to this thing. Yeah. Found it. And Sophie is hiding behind a headstone. And that one. So Susan Sarandon, as Sophie, is standing here behind this headstone, looking that way at Emily Blunt, who is actually over there, facing that way. So she's looking in the opposite direction. She should have been standing behind here, but then there are rails here. Maybe the director just preferred this background to that background, which is the back end of a headstone and some trees. Interesting. Interesting. The way films do that. Both shots have the same background, same trees. Well, that's Williamstown Cemetery.
supervised visits are a nonsense. You pass with flying colours, Soph.
Thanks.
Okay, I just arrived at Half Moon Bay. There's some scenes with Susan Sarandon and Charles Bud Tingwell on the beach, and also at the pier, or near the pier. And I think there should be a kiosk or something that Sophie goes into. We'll see. Let's try and figure it out. Get those shots. Now, Sophie is with her father and her kids are swimming in this bay here. So Sophie and her dad are sitting somewhere around here. I think over there, you can see that in the background, but so they have a scene together and then Sophie walks that way. And you can see those cliffs in the film, but she walks that way, and the next scene she's actually over there, which is the surfing club. So that's what movies do. Sophie walks that way to go there.
Taking photographs, are you?
On a video.
Oh, a video. You work for yourself or for...
No, the Susan Sarandon movie.
Oh, Susan Sarandon movie, really?
Yeah. Irresistible.
Oh, is she in Australia?
No, this was in 2006.
Oh.
They're releasing it on Blu Ray and they want something on the special features.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, you see, she goes into a kiosk, which I think is here, but I think they dressed it up.
So what's it called?
Irresistible.
Oh, I'll have a look into it. I like her as an actress.
Yeah, shot in Malvern and
Oh, right.
Brighton.
Oh, right. I'll have to look that up myself.
That's on YouTube, I think, the whole movie.
Yeah, well, I'll have a look.
Yeah,
Check it out.
it's a good movie.
Yeah, good.
Now, I'm pretty sure this is the spot where Sophie is standing and she looks at that pier. But that thing out there in the water is more sort of behind the pier. That might be a lens thing. Film camera, digital camera. But Sophie then goes into a kiosk. Yeah, so I'm assuming that scene in the kiosk is in there. So Sophie opens up the refrigerator door and in the reflection in the glass she sees Mara, who's not there. Bit of a strange moment, maybe that's in her head. She's getting paranoid. She thinks she's being followed, even though she's following Mara. Anyway, I think I've got all the shots I need. So we're gonna move on. Oh. The cat suddenly goes missing and Sophie combs the neighbourhood fearing the worst. She notices a ginger cat outside Mara's house and follows the cat into Mara's house to find her cat, Ginger Tom. The house alarm goes off and Mara returns, searching the house for an intruder, and inadvertently locks Sophie in the basement with her cat. While in the basement, Sophie discovers paperwork which reveal who Mara really is. Mara goes back to work to seduce Craig, offers to pick up his kids from school despite having a restraining order against their mother, takes them back to her house where Sophie is stuck in the huge ducted heating vents like James Bond in Dr. No. Will Sophie get out of this mess and save her children? You'll have to watch it. Go now. It's open. Hello?
Hi, Dad.
Yeah? And the film concludes here at the Abbotsford Convent. The gates, that is, are in the film. It's a flashback Mara is having while cutting up. I'm not going to do spoilers, so that's all I'm going to say. It was here on Clark Street and I've got my shot for Umbrella Entertainment. Hopefully I can put that together and come up with something for the Blu Ray. Hopefully they like it. And that's the end of the YouTube video. Irresistible. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's a slow burn, but is that the right word, slow burn? I mean, it's, you know, it builds slowly and then it, that's what I mean. Anyway, I've got nothing more to say, so bye for now. That's it, that's the end of the video.